Yeah, we've been going for a little while now. We are just done our third album, and yeah, we've started off wearing suits, and as you can see, we don't have the suits anymore. And yeah, I mean, a lot has changed, but I think there are also elements of what we do which have stayed the same. We are still here, and we still are big fans of melodies and big fans of harmonies as well. And I guess when we very first started, we were like kind of into, actually we were very much into punk. We played a lot in London, into punk and rock and roll, quite raw sounding. We didn't even sing melody, we didn't sing harmonies, we were shouting punky style. Yeah, Alex recorded the album with us up to the very end. When we finished the album, we haven't released it yet. We're still working out our plans for that. And Alex left in, actually we haven't actually told anybody really, so you're probably about the first people in terms of like journalists. You know, we haven't even announced it on any sites or anything. But he probably left the band in January. But he's kind of been involved in the project, he's been following it, but he was torn between doing the band and doing he's also a luthier, so he makes guitars, he makes gypsy jazz guitars, and that's his love and his passion, which he slightly had to go for more than the band, which we had to respect. In fact, it's quite funny actually, we're looking at a new member for the band at the moment, although it works well as a three, and his name is Alex as well. A new chap will maybe, hopefully, he'll make it great. It seems like he will. We're not sure yet, but hopefully at some point this year, really. It's quite a different record, and just sort of seeing, because I think that it would be an album that some labels would really like, and some labels maybe not so their thing. But so we're still working things out from a release point of view. Finishing the record actually as well has been a massive thing, and we're delighted with it. I think it's the best thing we've ever done.
It's always a great pleasure to be here. So high.
Nowhere to Run's definitely on the album, and I think because those two tracks were part of the last EP, and yeah, so I think it was a good idea not to include too much from the EP, but Nowhere to Run was a definite for the album, I think, after a while.
Yeah, and there's about 12 tracks in the album, so for somebody who's listened to the EP, there's 11 kind of new tracks, which is important because we want to give something really fresh. And it's really exciting to release it and let people hear it, because it's quite different. Like, there's some big tracks on there. There's a 6-minute track which is very long, and it's kind of quite epic in its sound. And it's our producer Mark described it as classy. So hopefully it is. Hopefully other people will think it's classy. So.
But now I need some help to get out here.
The title for us is called All Lost Time, which actually will be hopefully the first track of the album. It just depends, because at the moment we are unsigned, so we're looking for labels to take on the album. I mean, maybe a label will have the album and they might change the track list, but we have a track list that we have come up with that we're happy with, and that will be that seemed for us to be the best title. The mentioning of time was important. There was lots of different odd meters, as Mike said. Time signatures became quite a feature of the new material. So, and the idea of things in the past and time seemed relevant. So it seemed like a good idea to go with that. Yeah. Our music doesn't sound anything like him, but I personally have always enjoyed Bill Callahan, and who used to be called Smog, I think, and he's a phenomenal lyricist, singer, and so listening to his records, I'd be like, you know, it'd be nice to write some more, you know, interesting lyrics and stuff. Obviously, I love the lyrics and stuff we've done before. I think that's great. You know, I love all that. But I think I tried to think, yeah, songs like "Everything Happens for a Reason." I think that's a nice sort of title, and a lot of the theme of the album, I think, is about connecting things together, making sense of it all, you know, and that I noticed became a theme through the songs. Help me connect it all. Everything happens for a reason. Things like that. Yeah, so I think there's a bit more of a theme to this album than maybe previous albums, which were maybe more collections of songs. And this one, maybe there's started to be a bit more of a theme. And to be honest, if we did a record after this, I'd actually be like, maybe work out the theme first and then do the album. I think that'd be good.